What's going on, Dope fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. For today's video, we're going to do a Bitcoin market analysis as well as Ethereum. And when it comes to altcoins, we're just going to have to wait for alt season, but there is some quite bullish news to show you and some really nice charts. So without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow his pages, like and subscribe, and comment down below if you guys want me to cover any other base native coins. For my base native coverage, be sure to go over to my X page. I make base native coin coverages over on my X page. I usually just cover base coins over there. So be sure to follow and like and retweet those posts. So let's get right into it. First of all, for liquidations, we actually spiked up a bit at $206 million in liquidations. We had a bit of a short squeeze happening in the last 12 hours or so. When it comes to liquidations, we're having quite a big game built up below us. So late longers are probably going to get punished. And reason being is we've had that spike up, took out quite a bit of shorts, and I still do think a low is going to be placed this week, if not next week. And I've already told you guys, look, that due to cycles and charts I have shown you previously, we're probably going to get a sweep of the lows. And if we do get that sweep of the lows, I'll be very bullish for the remainder of this month. And most likely we will reclaim 110k, if not higher. As you guys can see, we're having a lot of liquidations getting built above us, but I still think we do get that sweep below and have a nice little uptick to the price later in June. For long short ratio, it's starting to grind down, but no clear reversal is in place. For the Bitcoin chart, we're still flagging, we're still chopping, chop consolidation, whatever you want to call it, and we're still waiting for that breakout. As you guys can see, we're still consolidating in, it's technically a bull flag, which is good to see. And as long as we consolidate in here, everything is noise, all the news is noise, and there is still no clear change in the trend. And what we would like to see is a breakout to the upside and a nice little retest. But my base case has been probably a sweep of the lows and have a little fake out deviation below this flag, and then consolidate above, nice little breakout retest, and then make our way to that third parabolic trend line and definitely reclaim that. If that reclaim does happen, I do expect a massive explosion in Bitcoin's price, and we'll probably head to the 150k region much quicker than you guys think. For Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, still chopping sideways. I still do think that we head to that 0.027 resistance in the next month or so, and I really do think this is the beginnings of Ethereum really starting to gain strength against Bitcoin. If we check the monthly chart as well, look, like we had a bullish engulfing candle on the monthly chart, which actually hasn't been seen since May 2024. So pretty good to see. And as long as this trend continues, Ethereum will be gaining strength against Bitcoin, and our alts, especially base native coins, will start to gain strength. For the Ethereum to USD chart, we actually reclaimed that consolidation. So as you guys can see, we did wick down below, and that just shows there is seller exhaustion and buyers are stepping in. And let me just clean the chart for you guys as well. So once I clean this chart, look, so as you guys can see, for this month, I wouldn't be surprised that we just chop within this flag and then breakouts at the end. So mid to end of June, I would like to see that breakout. We could still get that deviation below because my base case is Bitcoin to do something similar to that. But we'll see how we go, because Ethereum to Bitcoin is really looking like it wants to break out to the upside. So maybe Ethereum just stands its ground and stays in this consolidation pattern. But for the end of this video, I really want to cover you guys these charts for Bitcoin as well as global liquidity. So Decojar, he's amazing when it comes to these charts covering pretty much different data points no one really looks at. And this chart is showing the central bank balance sheet and its expansion, and it's still missing from the cycle. So as you guys can see, the central bank balance sheet is basically another word of saying the money printer. And we've been in a massive downtrend for that global liquidity, and it's only just broken out to the upside. So this just shows to me we're actually really early in this bull cycle. If Bitcoin does reclaim trends and this actually starts heading to the upside, I would not be surprised that Bitcoin hits that 300k region, as I was saying. Of course, my base case is 150k, but it's looking like a lot of data points show that Bitcoin's bull cycle is actually quite early, and we're not bullish enough. At the later points of this post, so as you guys can see, if you combine the central bank balance sheet data with the global M2, and we see a different picture. So clearly the majority of the breaker has been in the M2 money supply, and it hasn't been with the global liquidity. So if you join these two, it's looking really nice, because as you guys can see, with the global liquidity and M2 combined, we had a really nice retest, and we're still waiting for this expansion here. So this is actually a leading indicator, and this just shows to me more than likely Bitcoin will head to the upside. And just something interesting to note is, and I'll show you guys just to make it easier, let me just zoom in. As you guys can see, we actually had a really slight dip, and because this is a leading indicator, more than likely it will show in the charts. So this is another reason why I think Bitcoin may just dip down to like the high 90k region, and this is just another data point to look at, because as you guys can see, every time it's rejected and headed down, Bitcoin has been in a downtrend. And as you guys, we had that downtrend as well here, and then it had another downtrend. So this little bump on the road is probably going to show up this week, if not next week, and then we're just going to have an explosive move up to the upside. Hence why I really think that June ends up closing green, and more than likely 110k plus. Is there another chart on this tweet? Yeah, so this is another chart as well, and this is just the correlation between M2 money supply and global liquidity. But nonetheless, basically, I do expect in the next week or so a dip for Bitcoin, and then once that is completed and trends do get reversed, I really think that June, July will be absolutely amazing for Bitcoin, and we'll definitely head to that 150k region. Of course, none of this is financial advice. I am just relaying to you guys what I see on the charts. Definitely take this with a grain of salt. I'm just a DJ online, just like you guys. Our next tweet is by Semka. So this is a general altcoin market analysis. And as you guys can see, as we're approaching the apex, according to the 2021 movement on alts, I'm making these updates more frequently. And as you guys can see, and his expectations is a sweep of the lows. So this XRP chart is actually from 2021, and it's looking quite similar to a lot of the altcoins we're seeing now. And as you guys can see, back in 2021, XRP had a really nice sweep of the lows at the 786. And once that sweep was completed, we had an absolute monster run for XRP after that. So when it comes to these coins in general, a lot of these coins are looking like they want to sweep those lows and then have a nice little rebounds after. And based on timings and I guess invalidation, this will probably end up happening within the next 2 weeks, probably this week. And if we do get that low, don't be afraid, because it just shows to me there is confirmation that most likely we will have some major upside for the remainder of June, and most likely our bags will go up ahead and Ethereum will go up, as well as our base native coins. So let's see where that goes. I will be tracking this and I will keep you guys up to date. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys want me to cover any other base native coins that I will do on my X page. Be sure to follow that page. Ring the bell on my Dope Oxide handle as well. So yeah, that's all to the video, guys. Have a good one. Peace.